All right, I think we're golden. I think we're good.
Ooh.
I'm recording. Everything looks good. I think this is it, dude. We did it. We're here.
You did it.
Oh, no,
All
we
you,
did
buddy.
it. We were a team. I had your moral support the whole time. I think I need to adjust my size.
I guess you had my mic checks. That was about it.
Yeah, but I appreciate your support. Hold on, I'm still trying to adjust. Okay, perfect. Okay, this is it. We're good. I apologize in advance if I cough or if I sound weird. I am still recovering from pneumonia.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's where I've been.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was down with pneumonia for well, not down because I've been to work this week.
Yeah, you were down with the sickness.
I was down
Poor
with
guy.
I was I was down with the sickness.
I'm sure that's never been said before. Oh, wow.
I was
really original.
I was down with pneumonia for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then this week I've been good, but I'm still recovering. Like I've been able to work and stuff. But obviously my voice and I have a cough and stuff. I've still been recovering from it. So
What was your comfort food? What was your sick meals? What made you feel better while you were
not
resting?
much. I honestly couldn't eat a lot while I was sick. I had no. Okay, so here's the thing. Gross. This is the way we're starting. I'm recording right now, so this is the way that the cold open's starting.
Well, it's Halloween. Here we go.
I couldn't eat a lot. So a lot of what I did eat was like little cup of noodles mainly. I like like those. Those are easy to keep down. The problem was my pneumonia was so bad that I would basically cough until I threw up. So yeah, so I tried not to eat anything too heavy because it just
the MSG, dude. It was upsetting your stomach. Had to come back up.
No, I tried to eat like full meals, but it was just too much, and I would throw it back up because I would just cough a lot and I'd be like, bah! And it was the worst. So
that's the ooh part.
Yeah.
When you're retching.
But I'm good now, and I'm here, and I'm happy to be here because where I have been sick, I haven't been able to work on anything for Turbo Zone in weeks. So I'm happy to be here. The other day I did release something. It was just a marathon again, like you know how I do those. It was just like another 7-hour marathon that I forgot that I edited like 3 months ago and was sitting on, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess I could post that.
Hey, I remember one of your Atari marathons. I had that on while I was actually building that desk over there in the corner.
Oh, wow.
It was perfect. Just had it on in the background.
That one's that was a shorter one. That was like 2 hours. But yeah, it's got like all my 2600 reviews and stuff. Yeah. Yep. Nice. Awesome. So yeah, man, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy you're here. We talked about this like months, like a month or two ago, right? Or something.
Yeah. Sure. Whenever it was, man, time flies. But now we are in the zone.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Turbo Zone. Turbo Zone Gaming. I had to change the name. Turbo Zone isn't searchable.
Oh yeah, I think I noticed that.
Yeah,
I slapped some gaming on there.
Yeah, I don't say that part of the channel. I still just say Turbo Zone.
Yeah.
But Turbo Zone isn't searchable because there's like a car show named Turbo Zone and stuff. And yeah,
your channel was just not coming up.
It was buried, and I've been fighting. Oh, yeah. I've been fighting this for years, and finally, I was like, gaming. Just
you gotta relent just to get it. You know what? Once you get like 200,000 subscribers, get rid of the gaming maybe, because then you'll be the first entry to pop up.
Okay, yeah. Once I get
pretty sure right now, if people search for if people go The Legend of Leo, it's like couple of South American channels, and then they might be lucky if one of my videos comes up.
Whenever you say South American, I think of the channels where the guys like build the like pools and stuff out of mud. You know what I'm talking about? Where they like
yeah.
I've
seen a few of those in like Indonesia or something, somewhere in Southeast Asia. I see those usually being done. They make their own kilns.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, pulling mud out of the ground with their hands. Yeah.
I'm like, damn, dude. Like,
whoa.
I can barely put together a bookshelf.
What we don't see is that they got a crew of people and they're feeding them with like McDonald's overnight, but they pretend to be doing it on their own.
It's like a Mr. Beast video. It's like, I'm gonna survive 15 years in this cave.
Yeah. Mr. Beast video also minus, a lot of the potential lawsuits with his staff, but yeah.
Well, you said it, and I'm going to reiterate it here. Today, I have special guest, Legend of Leo. Welcome to the show, man. I'm not saying the name of the show yet, because once I do have to roll the intro. That is the rule. So we're not saying the name of the show yet. But Legend Leo is here today on this show to talk with me. We're going to have some fun segments today. And before we get started, man, what's up? What's been going on your channel?
Boy, howdy. Things are pretty good over here. I am taking a quick little detour into the world of Dota 2. And in the meantime, though, I've been covering my bases and doing the seasonal videos, which I've committed to now, and some other stuff like that. But yeah, it's going to be a short couple of months of Dota 2 content because I'm back in that game. And then I'll be back to normal, if you want to put it that way, for the year-end wrap-up.
Nice. No, plans to do anything for Halloween? No, spooky?
Halloween's honestly not a favorite holiday of mine. I actually dislike a lot about it. And also, I can't help but contrast it with Christmas, in which case I prefer the Christmas decorations, the Christmas lighting.
Well, that's unfair,
Christmas
man. Christmas always wins. Man. Christmas is a king of the holidays.
Well, not for everybody. There's some real Halloween diehards out there. But, here's one, for example. So my mother was, once upon a time, a makeup artist. And I remember for our classrooms, she would come in around this time of year, and she would just do something fun for the kids and do stage makeup or Halloween makeup. She was good at applying stage makeup as well, and so it's like a lot of thick putties and stuff like that. And so she would give the kids bruises and fake cuts, gashes, whatever they wanted. It looked really good. I hated the smell. And so one of the things that I associated with Halloween for a long time was actually that smell of stage makeup. It's just really rich and plasticky, and it clogs your nostrils. And so that, with a few other things, just kind of made me be very, just kind of uninterested in the holiday. But I can get in the mood with, the right company, play a horror game, throw in some horror movies, and hopefully it's a good one, like Candyman.
I'm kind of sad I got sick this year, because if I hadn't gotten sick, I would have actually done a tradition I haven't done in a while. I used to do every Halloween, when I first started TurboZone, every Halloween I used to turn TurboZone into Terror Zone and do Halloween-y type videos and stuff. And I
like that.
I haven't done that in a long time, so the part of me this year was like, I want to do that, and then I just got incredibly sick and was not able to do anything. So I was, well, not this year. That's not happening now.
Yeah, some might say you were haunted, or whatever did it to you. You had a spirit in you making you sick.
I had a gunk in my lungs.
Ooh, a little bit of green goo, some Slimer action.
Yeah, it's like, I got slimed.
Yeah.
Well, it is that time to introduce the show. Legend Leo. I'm gonna call you Justin because it always feels weird.
Yeah.
It always feels weird calling people
Justin and Alex.
Yeah, it always feels weird calling people by the name of their channel. So,
yeah,
Justin, buddy.
Or in this case, it's more awkward because this is my dog's name. So it's like, hey, Leo. It's like, woof, woof.
I am going to. You've seen the show before. So
I'm ready to do the honors if you'll allow me.
Do you want to introduce the show?
Is there something that I have to say preceding it?
The name of the show.
Just the name, and we're good.
I mean, yeah, you introduce it however you want. As long as you say the name of the show, and then you say roll the intro, that's fine with me.
Okay, let's just get right into it then. Hey, Geeks and Gamers, roll the intro.
and we're back. You don't get to hit the intro that does. Yeah. That's always the most jarring part of the show when I'm with somebody, because I'm like, really intro, then I'm like, and we're back, and then
play over here.
Yeah, and then they're like, what, huh? Where's the intro?
I don't know what a cut is.
What is this episode? 8? This is episode 8 of Hey Geeks and Gamers. Okay. I've been
Eight's
going,
a good number. I like that.
I've been going all year. Obviously not every month, though, because this is 8. So I've skipped a few. But, we're still rolling. Bringing the guests on. We do fun segments. So today I do have some of my regular segments, and then I have one segment tailor-made for you.
Ooh, wow, thank you.
I always like to do that with the guests. So whenever
see everybody, Alex puts in the work. He really does a good job on this show.
So whenever you're ready, man, we get to hop into the first segment.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, the first segment is a segment that I usually do every episode. It is called What's Up With That? It is the news segment. And today, me and Justin here are going to talk about something in the gaming news. And what better topic than a Nintendo announcement? That's right. We're talking about Nintendo Alarmo. It was announced.
Okay, sure.
So for those of you who haven't been initiated into the Nintendo cult here, basically, Nintendo had a big announcement the other day, like a week ago or something. And the big announcement was that they have created an alarm clock called Alarmo. And it has themes from different Nintendo games like Mario, Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Pikmin, Splatoon. And the alarm clock basically watches you sleep, because that's not creepy. And not only does it monitor your sleep, but in the morning when the alarm goes off, it can detect if you're getting out of bed, and it'll turn off once you actually get up and out of bed.
Wow.
Yeah. And you'll get more themes for free. I guess for free. I don't know. Eventually.
After spending $200 on it, sure, it's free.
Yeah. Justin, how do you feel about this alarm clock?
You know what? Honestly, I think it's a pretty funny idea, and it's a cool toy / gimmick. I saw the price tag, and I think it was $200. That could be Canadian, so maybe it's actually just more expensive over here. But I have to question what is with this current craze with Nintendo. It's like they've been hypnotized, pun intended, hypno. They have their Pokemon Sleep app, and now they've got the alarm clock. So they're going all in on this kind of sleep health thing. What's next? Like Pokemon or Nintendo ASMR? It's coming.
The Switch 2 will just spray a gas right into your face that puts you to sleep.
Yeah, and what happens like with your different alarm settings too? I mean, if you have Peach as your alarm, it wakes you up like Mar. If you have Bowser, it's gonna try to kill you. Maybe that'd be a good way to get out of bed.
It breathes fire.
Yeah,
I don't understand Nintendo's obsession with like lifestyle products. Because this I don't see this being anything more than just like something you buy because it's a Nintendo alarm clock and you show it to your friends.
And it is pretty gimmicky.
Yeah. No, this isn't gonna be something I use. It's not gonna like change my life. If I ever get one, I'll be like, I own the Nintendo alarm clock, and I might set it up and play with it for a minute. But it's gonna go back into the box, and then I'm just gonna set my alarm on my phone and then go to sleep.
Yeah, it doesn't go on your nightstand. It goes in your cabinet to be displayed with all your other Nintendo merch. Dude. And that's probably the best place for it, honestly. I think with where we are today in 2024, something like that, and like a lot of our opinions on Nintendo are rather jaded. And so we just see this as a ridiculous money-making endeavor on their part. I'm not going to call it a scam, but it's pretty ridiculous. But I think it has a lot of interesting 90s appeal, too. Like, there is something about it where it's, a Nintendo alarm clock that kind of makes you want to collect it just because.
Yeah.
Or at least it would have had it released, a couple decades ago.
Dude, which I've been contemplating selling them off, but like I have both of those Game & Watches they put out, the Zelda and the Mario ones, and I couldn't tell you the last time I actually played with those things. They sit in the box in my office, and sometimes I look at them and I go, oh yeah, and then that's it. So I'm kind of like done buying the little Nintendo trinkets like that, Like,
for the adults, important to remember that this is absolutely worthless or useless, I should say. But I mean, Nintendo still is partly a toy company.
I can see
kids. I don't mind them coming up with junk every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, like the whole thing is that like when the alarm goes off in the morning, for one, as you like toss and turn, it'll make sound effects. So like you'll be like tossing and turning, and it'll be like Mario coins and stuff, And then like as you set up, the alarm will eventually go off. I can sort of see this being fun for like kids or something, if you if you're a kid,
helps them get out of bed for school, maybe.
Yeah,
if they're heavy sleepers.
Maybe your favorite game is Splatoon, and you every morning you get to hear the haunting sounds of the splats or something as you're getting up. I don't know. Here's also my problem. My alarm that I have set on my phone is literally, I have a Spotify account and I have a playlist of like over like 200 hours of music, and my alarm is just that shuffled. So every morning it's just a random song. Because I have found in the past, whenever I set one thing as my alarm, I dread it. I hate it. If I set like one song, or if I set like like whatever it is, I grow to resent it because I don't like this. I don't like waking up. So I have a feeling that if I got one of these, I would just also resent it.
You'd hear those sound effects in the game the next time you play.
Yeah. I hear like little Korok sounds in Breath of the Wild or something. Whatever it is. Or little Pikmin noises.
Oh, those Pikmin, you're going to tear them out of the ground with even more force and frustration.
Dude, whenever I was a teenager, I had like a flip phone, or like one of those, not like a flip phone, but like one of those, you can't see me, but I forgot audience. He can't see me. One of those phones that like where the keyboard flips out from under, what I'm talking about?
Yes, the pullouts.
Yeah, those. I had one of
flip or pull out, but yeah, the keyboard is just its own panel.
I had one of those, and the only ringtone / alarm I had on my phone was "Dead or Alive" by Bon Jovi.
Oh no!
I hate that song now because I heard it so much. Yeah, it's like my phone would ring or my alarm would go off and be like, "Want it, dead or alive." And I just,
that song has like a 3-strike rule. Either you get tired of it on the radio, or you get tired of it through Rock Band, and then in your case, you get tired of it as an alarm.
Right, yeah, that was the worst too. Is that I went again? I was a teenager and I went. I think I talked about this before on the show, but I used to do like sound tech and video stuff for a church, and I remember I went to like an all night thing at this church one time for like the teenagers, and they had Rock Band set up, and I swear to God, that's the only song anybody wanted to play was "Dead or Alive" by Bon Jovi, and
that sucks.
I've never enjoyed that song ever again in my life.
That's okay. I have some funny memories of songs from Rock Band too, like Reptilia by Strokes.
Yeah, Strokes.
Yeah, we were really big into Reptilia, and then one time my friends and I went to just some Asian place that happened to have like a karaoke set up at the back of the store. And one of my buddies is flipping through the songs, and he sees Reptilia there. And he goes, "Yo, we gotta sing this!" And so now I can't even hear that song without recalling a lot of cringeworthy memories of, just a bunch of non-Chinese people at the back of the Chinese restaurant filling the whole store with this English song.
Whenever I was a teenager, Rock Band 2... Man, we're getting way off subject, but it's fine. Rock Band 2, Guitar Hero, all those games were popular. Rock Band 2, that one had Panic Attack, right? Dream Theater.
I don't know if we played a Rock Band 2, my buddies and I, but okay.
Okay, yeah, Rock Band 2 had Panic Attack by Dream Theater on it, and
okay.
That's how I first learned about Dream Theater and stuff, and now I'm a big fan. And the other day I actually got tickets to go see Dream Theater next year, like next March.
Nice.
And now I hope it comes full circle. I hope they play that song at the concert.
Yeah. That'd be cool. We're with me. You're always going to go off on different tangents here and there. Yeah. So this is going to be my last one for this segment. Speaking of Dream Theater, that's Dave Portnoy is the drummer, right?
I don't know the names.
Dave. I'm thinking of whatever. Anyways, if you're into that kind of stuff, the YouTube channel Drumeo, that could also get you into a lot of different metal and rock music. There's one little video series I like where they have famous rock drummers come in. They do blind listens of certain songs without the drum part, and they have to create the drum track for it. And so you're kind of listening to see, is it close to the original? Is it far off? Is it better? Is it worse? It's a good series.
Wow, that's cool. Nintendo Alarmo, everybody.
Yeah, Nintendo Alarm Clock. Well, I mean, you know what? That pretty much sums up my feelings on it too. It's like, let Nintendo do whatever they want, and if you don't like it, don't buy it. So
yeah,
that's my simple answer with everything in gaming. We're all adults. We all have our own disposable income. And people have sometimes said to me, it's like, it's not that simple. Like, things still happen even if you don't buy it. It's like, okay, fair enough. Disney keeps on making junk movies, even though we're not watching them. But for the most part, it's a good rule to go by. A good mantra is if you don't like it, don't support it.
Yeah,
so Nintendo Alarm Clock.
You can't see me, but I'm holding up both of my Game & Watches, and it's like, you know, as much as I was complaining about these Game & Watches, like I got some sort of value.
They look pretty cool.
Yeah, they look cool.
They look good.
I got some sort of like dopamine, you know, out of it.
Yeah, you know what? If I appear on camera next month or something, I'm holding one of those alarm clocks. Everyone can just take it.
Mind your own business.
Exactly. It's my money, and I'll do what I want.
I bought the Nintendo alarm clock. Damn it.
Alarmo.
It's just funny. I did see a meme that was like Nintendo fans. It was like, oh my gosh, Nintendo has a huge announcement. I wonder if they're going to show off the Switch too. And then Nintendo,
oh yeah,
Alarmo, and then Nintendo fans are like, great.
Yeah,
it's like everybody that I saw after the Alarmo announcement that were like the Nintendo-tubers, you know what I'm talking about? They were all like, whoa, what a cool reveal. And I was like, that is not what you're thinking.
I call them Nintoddlers.
Nintoddlers, yes. the Nintoddlers.
I know I'm kind of throwing stones from a glass house over here, but you can do a YouTube channel where you do Nintendo coverage. That's fine. But it's the stereotypical Nintendo YouTuber who still behaves really immaturely. They have the stupid thumbnails where they're doing that face. It's just
yeah, and every direct
direct
is the craziest direct ever.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me. You guys are those are consumers. Those are consumers until the day that they die. And the ridiculous thing about it is it's so fake. They consume for the sake of their own content, and that's it.
Yeah.
Anyways, but we don't need to go down that road right now.
It's all right.
Gonna get fired up over here.
We're gonna go down a different road actually, because I do have a segment today tailor made just for you, Justin, the Legend of Leo.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the name of your channel before we do the segment.
Okay, sure. Well, The Legend of Leo combines two of my favorite things, The Legend of Zelda and my little dog Leo, who's off in another room sleeping right now. But I mean, just YouTube it. Google me, guys. Google me. And you'll see my dog there. Also, in most videos, he appears, at least as the thumbnail. I edit him in. So yeah, that's simply the name. I guess the reason why I wanted to go with The Legend of Leo as opposed to coming up with something else or a variation of my own name is just because I thought at the time it had, you know, a little bit of a more mature flair. Now I've really been doubting that though, and I feel like It looks a little juvenile with the smiling Leo puppy face as my avatar. So I might do a little bit of repurposing there, or I might do a little bit of a renovation there, at least on my avatar. Have Leo posed a different way, some different artwork. But the Legend of Leo at this point is here to stay, and it's a nice indicator for people who just hear it to know that that's got to be a gaming channel. I think people will assume that, at least if they know Zelda.
Well, I did know it was about your dog, so I created a segment today just for you, Justin. We are going to be doing a segment that I am calling For the Dogs. That's right.
Oh. Yeah, buddy.
I have sent you some pictures, and we are going to go through them one by one today. I have picked out some video game dogs throughout video game history, and we are going to rank them together, critique these dogs, and just overall explore the canines in gaming.
I do like this. Okay. I'm ready.
All right. The first one that you should be seeing is, and this is because I did this mainly in like alphabetical order, is Amaterasu from the game Okami. Yep. That is the first dog up here. So
that was a good dog.
A rule today for this segment is that you and I have to come to an unanimous agreement on the ranking of the dogs.
Okay.
So, yeah, thoughts on Amaterasu? Have you played Okami before?
Yeah. Are we, by the way, doing number out of 10, or is there a number of dogs and we're placing them?
We can do order? Out of 10 if you want. We can just do it that way.
So we're both gonna have to try to get a consensus on the number.
Yeah.
And when do I say what I would rank the dog? Or rate?
Whenever you know. How about that?
I think I know for this one. So yeah, I have played Okami. Amaterasu definitely carries the game. A very cool character. Do I need to explain it for the audience?
You can.
Might help
if you want.
All right. So Amaterasu is a dog or a wolf incarnation of basically one of the like. I'm clearly forgetting a lot of the mythology here. I played this game back.
The god of the sun, right?
Well, yeah, thank you. Like a sun god. And it just so happens that in this Japanese mythology, in this lore, the sun god is chief above a whole bunch of other gods, a dozen of them, I believe. And so Amaterasu is your playable character, and she's going around trying to reconnect with all these other gods so they can imbue her with more power, and so she can fight off evil. And great animations, cute personality, even though she doesn't speak in the game. In cutscenes, they animate her to be quite dog-like, which is, like I said, it's cute when you see her tilting her head or wondering about something that's going on. Very just and noble and heroic dog. So if someone's in danger, Amaterasu is going to come in to save the day. And for all those reasons and more, I'm going to give her an 8 out of 10.
Nice. I love Okami. I was actually curious if you've played this before because you like Zelda, and it's basically what the game is. It's like it's like Japanese folklore Zelda kind of.
I would hesitate to call it that, but sure, it's not a bad way.
It's got Zelda elements.
It's really low on the action compared to Zelda. I feel like it. Whereas Zelda is a fairly constant drip of action. It's very consistent from beginning to end. How much combat you do in Zelda. I think Okami has a lot of spikes, and it's just bogged down a lot in between with a lot of dialogue and cutscenes, and the action also hugely varies area to area.
I do agree with you. I do like the elements where the character of Amaterasu, she's like, does act dog-like. They kind of give her those motions. I also like the fact that your partner, what's his name, Isun, right? The little dude.
Isun, yeah.
Yeah. Is always like bouncing on her nose and stuff.
Yeah, that's cute.
I love Okami, and I love the character of Amaterasu. I would almost go 9, but that's for the first one, that's kind of high.
I can meet you. Meet you in the middle for sure.
Like an 8.5.
Yeah, want to give her that?
8.5 out of 10. Okay, yeah, I can agree with that.
I can even come up to the 9 with you. I think she She's a cool character.
She's a good dog.
She is the best part of the game. Yeah.
Okay, 9.
Let's go 9. 9 for Amaterasu.
Okay.
Sure.
Next one's a controversial one.
All right, let me click my arrow here to move up. Yep.
We have the Duck Hunt dog.
Yes, we do. What's this guy's name?
Duck Hunt dog.
Yeah, actually in Smash Ultimate, all they do is they just call it Duck Hunt, right?
Yeah.
He plays the dog and the duck.
Yeah, they've never given him a name. They've never given him a name. He's just Duck Hunt dog.
You know what? Are we always going to go 1-2, 1-2 every thing, or do you want to take the lead on some of these?
Honestly, I don't care. Say it's whatever you want to do.
We'll go 1-2 until we get to a dog from a game I haven't played. But
okay.
Duck Hunt, because I grew up with the original, and the light zapper. We had the orange and gray gun that you pointed at the TV. I think this dog also deserves to be rated pretty highly because of how iconic it is. The fact that they brought it back as a Smash character is a great tribute to such a classic game. I think everybody who's played Duck Hunt or who grew up with it, when they hear that, they can remember the dog coming up out of the grass. It's a very iconic laugh, very memorable. And at first, I actually did not like the dog as a kid because I always felt like, well, he's taunting you. And I guess it just offended me greatly as a little child. So, but parking that aside, the fact that I'm a bit of a sore loser, I'm going to give this boy 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm of the opposite mind on Duck Hunt dog. I still think he's an asshole because he does taunt you throughout the game. You missed your ducks, and he goes, just this little laugh at you.
But he is supposed to help you, isn't he? Because you don't go duck hunting without a dog to retrieve the ducks.
Yeah, but what does he do in the game?
Well, I would imagine if they remade Duck Hunt and they had a 3D space, you would probably see him helping you and taunting you, perhaps. I'm not sure. Or maybe they'd introduce a new character to taunt you. You need the dog. The dog's got to retrieve your ducks.
That's true, but... That's true. Yeah, but if you do shoot down the ducks, he does go right, and he holds them up. So there is that.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So he does do that for you, at least.
Maybe he's taunting you because he expects you to do better, and he's like, "That's all you can do this time." It's like, shut up, dog with no name.
Yeah, you no name dog. I don't know. The fact that he has no name.
Yeah, quiet, Duck Hunt.
The fact that he has no name. And that he taunts you. I want to go lower, man. I don't know. 7 seems too high for me.
Okay.
7 seems a little too high.
Okay.
I don't know. Are you willing to budge?
Yeah. I can come down to 6.5.
6.5. What about 5?
6 is the best I can do.
4 is what I wanted originally.
I feel like a Rick from Pawn Stars right now. It's like, that's my bet. That's the.
Let me call in
the
professional.
Iconic lines. So that's...
You call in somebody that knows about Duck Hunt.
Oh, well, I know my dogs, and these video game dogs. Actually, this dog actually does have a name. He does.
Yeah. What kind of dog is he? Do you know
his name
breeds?
Is Lucy.
Do you know dog breeds pretty well?
Well, I don't think he looks like a duck tolling retriever because I think those have dark fur. He kind of looks like a mishmash of a beagle and some sort of retriever, beagle and even like a bulldog or something. He's a mutt.
Yeah, he's a.
And that brings down his points a little bit.
He's a mutt, all right.
Not like Leo. Not Leo the purebred. I like mutts. I like all dogs except for pit bulls. I don't need to get the pit bull army mad at me. I'll come down, Alex, to a 6.
To a 6? Okay, I'll agree to a 6.
Then that shake on it. Put it there.
You can't see me, but I did. All right, Duck Hunt dog is a 6. Dog of no name.
Ooh, the next one.
We got what's his name? General Pepper. I almost said Sergeant Pepper. That's
General Cornelius, right?
Yeah, right. I'm not as up on my Star Fox lore.
I mean, people can't see my phone out of screen, but I'm going to type in General Cornelius. and say that it's not giving me a hit.
I thought his name was Pepper.
Oh, General Pepper. Okay, that's why you mentioned the Beatles before.
Yeah, because I almost said Sergeant Pepper, which is the Beatles.
Oh, yeah, you got it with General Pepper.
General
Pepper. A supporting character in the Star Fox series. Yeah. Yes, sir. He was the commander. Oh, this is why I was thinking Cornelius, because I was thinking the Cornerian Defense Forces. Okay. This is why I never do a video without notes, clearly, because my memory always scrambles things. But yeah, this guy's definitely a supporting character. I always thought he was stern, but fairly fair. I think in the games he may have said a couple things that annoyed me a little bit.
Yeah,
but isn't he usually fairly encouraging?
Yeah, he was always giving you like the missions, right? So it was like,
yeah, Star Fox
64
is where I'm going to with this one.
To Corneria, and whatever it is.
Yeah, I think his appearance and how much he commands the room is fairly low, but the fact that he treats your character well. I mean, he called you in, right? The mercenary group, I think, Star Fox is. So, he's got that going for him, that he's got a good judge of character. I think just for how little they do with him, maybe like a 5.
Yeah, I can definitely agree to that. This is the one
That's a lot of red.
I have no strong feelings on General Pepper. I've never really.
I like that they have a dog.
Yeah. I forgot. I forgot he was even a dog. I was just looking up like famous game dogs, and I was like, oh yeah, there's one of Star Fox.
Hey, this is great material for me because I just did my International Dog Day video, and I did 5 games with dogs, and I'll be doing this annually, at least for a while. So nice, giving me some great ideas here.
Yeah, I saw you.
General
posted that video. Yeah, I remember him in 64, and I also remember him like popping up at the beginning of Adventures. He said something to you like on your ship, and then Star Fox, Fox McCloud walks around. that's the game.
Dinosaur Planet.
Yeah, I don't like that game.
We need your help, Star Fox. Andross has declared war. He's invaded the Lilat system and is trying to take over Corneria. Our army alone can't do the job. That's not how he sounds, but that's what he says.
It's pretty close, I think. It's probably...
Yeah, 5 is fine.
5 is fine on him, yeah.
Hasn't done enough to... I bet you in his prime, though, this guy could score an 8. Probably a bit of a beast in an R-Wing.
Probably. All right. Next one.
Classic.
This is a 10.
Isabel. Yeah?
I'm an Isabel fan.
She definitely gets a boost appearing in Smash. And you know what? She gets a boost for being in the Doom memes where her and Doom Guy team up. I think that's a really funny fan fiction crossover.
She's in Mario Kart?
So
Mario Kart 8?
I'm not sure.
She is.
You have villagers. You have male and female villagers. Do you have Isabel there?
Yes.
I don't think so, though.
She is. I play as her all the time.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
And also, I think I started, like, this is my favorite Animal Crossing character, and that's because of, not the newest one, but of New Leaf on 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
Because, that one you're the mayor, and she's, like, your secretary. Yep. So she's, like, the character in that game you're, like, the closest to. Basically, you basically go to your town every day, and she's like, Mayor, this is what happened today. You need to help build the bridge, or you need to do whatever. The villagers are feeling this way, and stuff. And somewhere around here, I have a T-shirt that has Isabel's face on it. It just says "Hello, Mayor."
I like that. Yeah, no, Isabel. The 2 games that I played were New Leaf and New Horizons. Yeah, she's a good character in both. Like, especially compared to Tom Nook. That guy's got such an attitude.
Tom Nook is slimy, dude. I hate Tom Nook.
Oh, my, yeah. No, Isabel, especially compared to him. I don't want to really give out 10s, but I'm going to give you this one.
Okay. and there are other dogs in Animal Crossing that I considered, because she has a brother, Digby, who's part of the Happy Home team who builds homes. And he was a Happy Home designer, and also there's a Happy Home DLC for New Horizons. And then there's also KK Slider, who's a dog too.
That guy.
Yeah. So
too aloof.
Too aloof. So I had to pick the best dog, and the best dog is Isabel.
Sure. I'll score up for her. No problem.
Moving on.
Arapa.
We have Parappa the Rapper. You ever play Parappa the Rapper?
No, sir. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is a PlayStation 2 game, right?
One. I mean, you know what? There was a sequel on
one?
Two, so I'll give it to you.
Just because I didn't actually own a PlayStation, this Jet Set Radio, I kind of like put those games in the same type of niche. I never played them.
Well, if there's one thing you need to know about Parappa the Rapper, is that you just gotta believe. That's his catchphrase.
Okay.
He's like, you just gotta believe. And
good. Is it voice acted well?
Yes, it is. Basically, the entire plot of the first game. We're not going to talk about the second game. The entire plot of the first game is Parappa learning lessons, because he gets into situations where he feels maybe like there's a situation where he feels like he's not mature enough. There's situations where he feels like jealous of like he likes this girl, and then there's like this other guy named Joe Chin who's like this big buff dog, and he feels jealous. Ooh. And it's a lot of him like learning and maturing. That's a lot of the game. One of my favorite
coming of age game.
Yes, coming of age is a good way to put it. One of my favorite gags is that there's where he feels like he's not mature enough. There's a scene where him and his friends are watching TV, and there's like some joke on the TV screen of like a beetle falling over and dying, and all his friends are laughing hysterically, and he just doesn't understand what's funny about it, and he kind of which makes him feel like he's like left behind,
He's the only one with compassion.
Yeah. I like Parappa a lot. Plus, he can rap.
All right, where are we putting him? For his design, I think it leaves a little bit to be desired. I can't put him above Majora.
He's got a cool hat. That's a cool hat.
There's a lot of space up there. He's got some Twilight Zone thing going on.
It's a cool hat. You don't like the hat? It's got a little frog on it.
Yeah, that part's nice. I like the frog. I'd wear that beanie.
I have a little Parappa plushie around here somewhere too.
Are we thinking 7-ish?
I don't know. I like him a lot. I want to go 8, but what do you want to go?
8. Well, Amaterasu's at 9, so that's fine.
Okay.
Parappa 8, we're good with that.
Parappa 8. Next.
Yeah. I hope you're writing these down, by the way.
I'm not, but I will remember them.
All right, we'll just come up with the ratings later if we do a summary.
Do you know who this is?
Oh, Poochie! Poochie!
Yeah. You know Poochie?
Yeah, I never knew his name up until Crafted World is the one for the Switch, right?
Yeah.
Woolly World, I don't know. Crafted is on the Switch.
Yeah.
But Poochie is also in the title of the 3DS Yoshi. I just didn't play that one, but I have it.
Woolly World.
And yeah, he's interesting. Like, was he originally an enemy? So this is
no, he was originally in
Yoshi's Island art.
Yeah, I believe
Yoshi's Island art.
I believe his first appearance was Story on 64, or like that's the first one.
Oh, so that's the first 64.
That's the first one I remember him in. And he's never really been an enemy. He's been an obstacle. But more like something you have to interact with, or like get him to follow you, or like, try to avoid him if you're like pushing an object. And like there's like certain things like that, but he's never been an enemy.
Good. Okay, so that instantly, at least if it doesn't necessarily make his score higher, it doesn't let his score drop. Because if he was an enemy, I wouldn't be too fond of him.
I think as like a Nintendo.
Have you played Crafted?
Yes, I have played Crafted and I've played Wooly.
So you know about the back levels then when you're doing the
Yes.
Poochie
Oh
collection.
God, trust
Yeah.
me, I do. Because
Yeah.
I tried to 100% that game and that didn't happen.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah,
Holy!
yeah, because
That's gotta be like a 40-hour game if
you
you do that.
you know
More.
you have to like because I did a few levels as it dawned on me that it wasn't worth it because like in order to 100% that game you have to basically play every level like 5 or 6 times to it's crazy
Mm.
because you're gonna have to do all the stuff on the front and then the back half and then it's like find 5 crabs in the background, find the seagulls.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah, it's like I did a few like areas and then I was like, all right, I'm not doing this anymore. But I did
I have such mixed
beat the
opinions of that.
game.
It's like such good value, good bang for your buck. But as a bit of a completionist, oh man, it drives me up a wall.
You didn't play Woolly World?
That's the one that I mentioned 3DS. I have it. I haven't played it.
I haven't played the 3DS version. I've played the Wii U version whenever it came out first.
Oh, okay. So I have the port. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah. That game is infinitely better than Crafted World. it's
Whoa, okay.
Very good game. Very good game.
And I thought Crafted World was actually pretty good. Very
I
underrated.
like Crafted World, but Woolly World is much better.
Interesting. All right, now we're getting away from Poochie himself.
Sorry. Yes.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
As a Mario-ified version of a dog, he's cute.
Yes. Those little beady eyes are really silly. Big lips is a funny decision. I don't know if his pups have that look. I don't think the pup. Oh, maybe they do. The pups don't have the collar, at least.
No collar.
Makes him look like a tough dog.
Giant tongue. I like his little tail thing, whatever that is, a little antenna.
Yeah.
Tail.
And his coloring reminds me of the TV dog Wishbone. Do you know that show?
No.
Super 90s TV show. It was about a Jack Russell Terrier. Made me love that breed of dog.
Wow.
Okay. So Poochie. I mean, I like him. I want to give him an 8. He doesn't really deserve it, but
no, he deserves it. Don't take it away from him. Poochie gets an 8.
These are the kinds of discussions I sometimes have with people like wanting to feed my dog. It's like, I want to give him a treat. It's like he doesn't deserve it. He didn't do anything. Yeah, but he deserves it. Okay, fine.
That's Poochie. Poochie deserves it.
Yeah. Poochie's an 8. Good for you, Poochie.
All right.
Oh, wow. Interesting dog next.
We got Rush from Mega Man. Of all the okay. I was gonna say of all the dogs.
If Alex, only played Mega Man's 1 through 6 or 1 through 5 on the NES, all of the NES ones, I'm not sure what number it stops at. Would I have only seen this guy in one game, the last one on the NES?
No. He's an item.
I know I haven't seen him much.
I know he's in.
But I have seen him.
I know he's in 2 and 3. He usually appears as an.
Oh,
item.
is he?
Yeah, he usually appears as an item in your inventory. I think in 3 he's a spring item. You can call him down and then hop on his back.
Thinking of him as an item in your inventory.
And then one of them you can ride on him. He like floats around.
Well, this one's tough for me to judge because I'm not intimate with the character, and like I'm not good at Mega Man. I have no patience, and so I played the games on emulator using a lot of a lot of rewinds and save states. So whatever you go with, I'm inclined to agree with.
Don't give me that power. Do not give me that power because I'm a Mega Man fan. So.
Well, we know he's got to be between 7 and 9.
I think he's not only is he a loyal companion, but he is versatile and useful. He actually helps Mega Man out during all of his adventures. He has a cool design. I mean, he's very Mega Man-ified. You know, he's a robot dog, obviously. So, but that also begs the question of that: if he's a robot dog, is he still a dog?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, for some reason, he's got a real dog face.
Yeah,
it could just
he's got a snoot.
Robot.
He's snooting it up over here.
I guess now that's not really a point in his favor of being a real dog, because Mega Man has a human face, and so that doesn't mean anything. It just means there's some funky artificial skin and artificial skeleton going on. But he's created in the image of a dog, and so he is a dog. And so if you say 8.5,
do robot dogs dream of electric bones? Okay, 8.5. I can meet you there. It's fine.
Cool. And what was his name again? Rush?
Rush. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Our
last one might. Our last one here might be a little obscure.
Ooh,
little obscure.
WarioWare.
Okay, what's his name?
It's one syllable, right? They're pretty much all one syllable. These guys.
Okay, he's part of a duo.
I don't know. I can't remember.
He's always with a cat.
I think he shoots right and the cat shoots left or something like that. Well, okay, remember I've only played one WarioWare and I played what was it called? There's two on the Switch.
Get It Together. Get It Together.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I really did like the game, and I know I used the dog character quite a bit. Maybe it's not shooting in one direction then.
Okay. So he is part of a team. I've played basically every WarioWare game because I love that series.
Is it Max?
No,
D on there?
No. I love all the Wario characters because they're all weird. He's part of a team. Mm-hmm. He's with a cat. The cat's name is Spitz, and his name is Dribble.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm not gonna remember
Spitz
that.
Spitz and Dribble. So you remember that? His cats spit and and they hiss, and dogs dribble. So yes, and most of the games they are teamed up and they go on. I haven't Get It Together is the one I haven't played that much of. Do they have individual stories in that one for the characters?
If they have individual stories, I mean, some of them could be combined. Then they're only like cutscenes to introduce their minigame or cutscenes to introduce their level in the campaign. I think the overall story in WarioWare Get It Together is that they are sucked into the computer, and Wario, as he's progressing through the computer, he is getting all of his companions into the system with him, or finding the ones who have already gone in to find him and getting them out of trouble. Something along those lines.
I couldn't remember. The last one I played was Move It that came out on the Switch.
Yeah.
In most of the Wario games, Spitz and Dribble are taxi drivers. And most of their little scenarios that you play through with them are them getting into wacky situations. And they're usually up to no good. And I don't know. The Wario characters don't really have a lot of characterization because they're just in these stupid little cutscenes before you play micro games. Mm-hmm. But this guy by himself, I don't know. He's not doing much for me. Him with the cat, I think, is better. But I couldn't put the cat on the list because the cat's not a dog.
Okay, so I'm not sure how the characters play and behave and all that stuff. If you are playing with them outside of Get It Together. So this is a funny 3D fan art, but this gets the idea across where in Get It Together, I'm sorry if you can't see it, look at how they kind of look like they're Worms characters with the bazookas.
Oh, okay.
So the pair of Dribble and Spit are these like heavy artillery characters, and I think that's why I played them quite a bit. For whatever reason, I probably played Dribble more. Maybe just like my comfort in the game. I think they shoot left or right and Get It Together, and he was a pretty decent pick for me. They fly as well, I'm pretty sure, and flying's broken and Get It Together.
Okay, thoughts on Dribble? He is a bulldog, right? He's straight up looks like a bulldog. Or some sort of...
Yeah. Looking like an American bulldog there. It's a good point. He's not too strong on his own, but I can't go lower than a 6 or 6.5 on him.
He has that Wario charm, though, right? Like the ugly Wario charm.
Yeah.
I think almost.
And I'm with you with liking all of the characters, so I would never say any of them are below 5 or 6.
Like there's a few of like cute characters, like the Ashley girl and the little twins, little ninja twins, Kat and Anna. But Katana.
Yeah.
But all of the like.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Get it? Kat and Anna is.
Together.
Yeah.
Oh,
that series is funny, but most of the characters, even the ugly ones like Dr. Cygor and stuff, they all have that like Wario charm of being like ugly, but I don't know, you like them. You know what I mean? And I kind of feel like
even if they're misfits, to me, he's no Steiner. So some of you know that I don't really care for Final Fantasy IX, the cast of characters. These guys are all better than Steiner.
All better than Steiner. All right. So yeah, no, I think he has some of that ugly Wario charm though. I can go with the 6.
Yeah, sure.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
And you know what? There's room for him to grow. So if he really impresses us in the future, we can bump him up a little bit.
Well, I've played more Wario than you, so I think you need to experience a little more Wario.
Right, but my game is the most recent, maybe.
So, no, I think
or second most recent.
Move It's the most recent one.
This is kind of funny, by the way. On the Nintendo or the Mario Wiki, in English versions, they speak with Bronx accents.
Yeah, yeah, so, they do.
I didn't get to hear any voice acting for them in Get It Together. That's pretty humorous.
It'd be like, Spitz, we need to get the car.
Now it makes sense why they're taxi drivers too.
Okay. Yeah. They're actually in a Game & Wario, the Wii U one. That's not really a WarioWare game, but it still uses all the characters. They actually have one of the better games in that one, because it's like, because that game's whole purpose is to try to justify the gamepad's existence.
Right.
And their game is it's a game where you drive around in their taxi and you have to shoot down UFOs in like cities.
Ooh, yeah.
So on the TV, you only see like the city from an overhead, not like overhead, but from like an angled view. And then on the gamepad, you can see their taxi from first person. So you want to use
cool.
Yeah. So you want to look on the TV to see where the UFOs are, and then use the gamepad.
Trippy.
Yeah, use the gamepad to drive to where the UFOs are and take them out. And it's like actually kind of cool on that one. So, yeah, no, I'm still giving them a 6 though.
Yep. Hey, nicely done on those rankings. Went through 8 characters there. The highest was a 10 with Isabella. And the lowest was a 5 or 6.
We should go back through
for
them.
Pepper.
So Amaterasu we gave a 9.
9.
Duck Hunt.
Yep.
We gave a 5.
I met you at a 6, I think, or 6.5.
Okay, 6. Yeah, that's right. I should have written these down. Pepper. We gave I don't remember what we gave Pepper.
I don't know. I think
5?
we may have given him a 5.
Yeah, I think somebody was a 5, and I want to say it was Pepper.
Yeah, so is Pepper.
Isabel was a 10.
Yep.
Sure. Parappa was 8?
8.
Okay.
Yep.
Poochie was an 8.
Yep.
Rush was an 8? I don't remember.
We can go 8.5 on him. I think you were a little disappointed
7?
with the 8.
Was he 7? I don't remember.
No, I don't think I gave him 7. I gave you a good one for him.
Dribble was 11 out of 10. There we go. That was our segment for the dogs. Hopefully you enjoyed it.
I liked it.
Let us know.
Thank you, Alex.
Let us know if we left out any of your favorite gaming dogs.
Yeah, let me know so I can do my International Dog Day video next year, and games that I've played, I'll include them.
You can add Poochie.
What is with that red light on my wall behind me?
Damn, dude. What's going on? You getting invaded or something?
Holy, look at that up there.
What is that?
Anyway, sorry about that. A little alarming, though.
A little Alarmo. Nintendo Alarmo. All right. We have a segment next, and correct me if I'm wrong, this could be your favorite segment. I think you might have said something about it before. But this is a segment I do every episode. It is called... Well, actually, before I say this... Justin, you have a crucial part to play in this episode. You get to choose the trajectory of the episode in this very moment. Because the segment is Eat It or Beat It. And you get to choose whether you want to hear about something I've eaten recently or a game I've beaten recently. And whatever you pick for me, it's going to be the vice versa for you.
Yep. Yep. Well, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's most of the episodes that I've caught. I tend to hear you talking about things that you've eaten all the time. And so I don't mean to do that to you again, but have I eaten anything grand recently? I could actually do both. I could do both.
Okay, but
Yeah. No, I'll pick one. I wonder. I'm trying to think. What do the viewers want right now?
I don't look. Okay.
Are you allowed to tell me what it was last episode?
I don't remember. It's been like 2 months.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
just to make you feel better, I know you don't want to put me in that corner, but I've been sick and I haven't been playing a lot of games, so it's whatever you want to do on that front. But just so you know.
I kind of asked you if you've been eating well earlier too. Remember that? I asked you if you had comfort food. You're like,
true.
cup noodles.
Okay, yep, cup noodles.
Okay, so you would have to go pretty far back to do a game that you beat as well. Man, I know none of your guests have ever taken this long deliberating on it. I want to talk about both. I'll do what I beat.
Okay, so thank God I had nothing on Beat It. I literally in my notes, because I always have notes, it says nothing. I was just going to talk about some games I've played recently, but I haven't beaten anything.
Yeah, sure.
So okay, I'll do Eat It, and I talked about this today. We did a ButMapper live episode today, and I was talking about it there. But we get a little more discussion, and you seemed pretty up in arms about this too. I did want to talk about the fact that it is Halloween, and where I have been feeling better. I've been able to eat again, and I've been working a lot. Well, I'll talk about that some later. But I went to Burger King the other day. And they have Addams Family products right now for Halloween. So I tried everything on the Addams Family menu because I was curious, and they had the main attraction is a Whopper based around the character of Wednesday, and it's purple. They put purple food dye in the bread. And
Can you explain that one to me?
It's a Whopper. But it's purple.
Whopper Wednesday, but why purple? That's what I don't get.
I don't know.
I'm not really big on Addams Family.
Well,
by
purple's
the way,
like a creepy color, right? Or like it's associated with like creepy. It's like it's like
because I just think of black for Wednesday.
Oh gotcha. Yeah. It's like a dark purple, and it's got I couldn't really tell what kind of cheese it was. I want to say it was Swiss, and instead of like an American. So it has like a Swiss cheese, so it's like white cheese and purple bun. Other than that, it just tastes like a Whopper.
Well, did it taste a little sharp, the cheese? Did it taste like almost like a little like astringent, almost like it was like slightly acidic or like tart?
I couldn't tell, but I'm also getting over being
you're recovering
sick. Yeah, so like some of that
I want to say
could be me not
without knowing anything about the burger, I don't think a fast food place would necessarily risk using Swiss because it can be a little stronger. So it's probably provolone.
Look it up. Look up the Wednesday Whopper and see.
Yeah.
See what you can tell there.
Yeah, sure.
But so they had the Wednesday Whopper. They had a shake. They had Morticia's Kooky Chocolate Shake, which has like purple sprinkles on top. But other than that, it just looks like a chocolate shake. And I was expecting it just to be a chocolate shake. And I was drinking it, and I was like, "There's something different about it. Like, it doesn't just taste like a chocolate shake. Like, it tasted like something familiar, I was like, what is this taste? And it was bugging me the whole time. I was at the restaurant, I was drinking a shake, and I was like, what the hell is this? And then finally I like got home, and the whole drive home I was like, what is this? And then I got home and I was just like, I took a shower and I was still thinking about it, and I got out and I was like, okay, I need to figure this out. So then I looked it up, and what it is that it's brownie batter flavor. And I was like, "Oh, because like
how they do that?"
Yeah, because like it still tasted chocolatey, but it tasted like different, And I couldn't tell how. But once I figured out it was brownie batter, I was like, "Oh, that makes total sense." I get it.
So. By the way, you are correct. It is a Swiss cheese on the Whopper. So me trying to use some inference over there just. It made me look like a fool.
Swiss cheese. It was good though.
Sweet.
Probably the best thing they had was they had Gomez's churro fries. Churros. Yeah, they had little churro fries with chocolate dip. You like dip them in, and I'm a sucker for anything like cinnamon and sugar. So yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah. I was like, oh, I'm on board for this. So
yeah. Is Philadelphia the popular cream cheese brand in grocery stores for you guys in the States?
Yep.
Yeah. I could not resist. I saw some Philly in the fridge last week, and I had to add some brown sugar and some cinnamon and whip it up, and I just spread that over a bagel, and I took the leftover, and I just ate that with a spoon. Oh my God, it took me back to when I was a kid.
Dude, I don't want to talk about it right now.
So good.
Or I'm not gonna talk about where I work, but I will talk about work later on in one of the other segments. But where I work, they do offer cinnamon rolls, and I'm a sucker for cinnamon rolls. So 3 days this week I had cinnamon rolls.
Oh yeah,
I couldn't resist it.
So good.
It's so good. You know, they got the
cream
icing on
cheese
it.
frosting on those.
Yes.
Or just cream cheese.
Yeah, cream
so
cheese
good.
frosting. Oh, and I'm like, oh my God, yes. eating this damn.
Okay, this is not good. I'm gonna start salivating here.
Okay, and the last menu item was the most disappointing one. They had Thing onion rings, which is a cute name. You know, Thing's the hand off the Addams Family. It's a cute name, but they're just the regular onion rings.
And you wear a ring on your finger, so it's like, yeah okay.
Like I thought they would have like, you know, maybe added like some seasoning or something. No, they were just the regular onion rings. And I was like, well, that's lame. they could have
not in their budget.
They literally have chicken fingers and stuff. Like they could have come up with something for the hand character, you know.
Yeah.
The onion rings. And I was bitching about this on the ButtonMapper episode, but they left out Pugsley, they left out Lurch, and they left out Uncle Fester. Yeah, which Uncle Fester's the most baffling one. How do you leave out Uncle Fester? How do you not give him something? I had
thought that a Fester's like pale milkshake would be good, but you mentioned Morticia already had the milkshake.
Yeah,
the chocolate milkshake,
I was thinking like, you know, like they have like slushies and stuff.
They
like
could do two though. They could have like a vanilla and a chocolate.
Well, I was thinking like a Fester freeze or something like that, or I even thought about like they have like these chocolate Hershey pies and stuff at Burger King. I thought about like some kind of like a Fester's frightening pie or something, and make it like a pumpkin pie or something. I don't know. Like they could have done something, but they didn't.
Yeah. Well, they got it out, you know, in time for the season, and so whatever.
The only sign of Fester, which the only sign of Uncle Fester, which I do have it around here somewhere. I don't want to grab it though. Is that, you know how they always have the Burger King crowns when you go into the restaurant? They had special ones that were purple and had the Addams Family characters on it, and Uncle Fester is on the crown. So I was like, okay, he's here.
Okay. Yeah, he's there. There he is. There's Uncle Fester.
But yeah, the whole time I was trying the menu, I was there with my mom, and we were both like trying to come up with like products for the three characters they left out. It was like trying to brainstorm like, you know, what could they have done for these three characters. And yeah, whatever.
That's a good one.
It's odd. That wasn't, to be honest, that isn't the first time I've ever had a Whopper that was dyed weird, because I want to say like they had a spicy Whopper like this year or last year, and the bun was dyed red. It was like a bright red bun, and it was
like a hot Cheeto type of color.
Yeah, and it was like a fiery Whopper or something. It was good. I mean, it was spicy.
Oh, but, yeah, I've heard of that fiery Whopper. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just a bright red Whopper.
Cool.
I don't feel comfortable eating foods that are dyed like that, but at the same time, curiosity, you know. So
I'm 100% with you, man. I don't take part in St. Patrick's Day green beer drinking. No, thank you. Food color, like, it's not even be careful, like, you don't know what's in it. It could be bad for you. But when I see clearly artificially dyed food, I just get the opposite of hungry. Like my stomach tightens up and it just rejects any kind of feeling towards that
Well,
thing.
because it's not natural.
At all
Yeah,
positive.
it's like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, my biology is telling me, hey, watch out. That thing is not going to be good
well,
for you.
yeah, well, it's like purple. It's like nothing that I've ever eaten. Well, I guess grapes, but like it's like
Big
no
plant.
no like meat or anything is well, I guess the bun.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
but
when your
still.
meat turns purple. Ooh.
Okay, well the meat wasn't purple to be fair, the bun was, but still,
Yeah.
you think about a nice juicy burger, and then you think about the color purple. There's nothing, you don't associate them.
Not appetizing. And the weird clashing with like the green lettuce and the red tomato and the purple bun. It's just no.
So yeah,
Good.
I've been sick. I haven't eaten a lot. So that's mainly what I'm going to talk about is the Burger King. I tell you what though,
hey.
I did have a lamb chop the other night. That was good. So I do like lamb.
Very nice. And people got to hear about Burger King's specialty October menu. So that's good.
By time I
All right,
upload
what
this,
did I beat?
by time I upload this, it might be ending.
So I've actually been okay with beating games recently. I'm gonna go with one that maybe some people heard of back in high school or junior high, or if they're a little bit older than us, then maybe they were actually in college already. And that is Puzzle and Dragons. Now, do you remember that as an iPhone store game, Puzzle and Dragons? At least I think that's where it originated.
No, the first time I ever heard of Puzzle of Dragons was the 3DS one.
On the 3DS?
Yeah,
Okay, so
which
that's what I
that.
ended up beating.
Yeah.
Yeah. And from what I remember, Puzzle and Dragons was this ancient game. I think it may have been just on my iPod Touch. And I remember at the time it was completely different. The UI was different. There was no story mode. It was just getting into series of just basically like the way the maps are in the Super Mario Bros. Version of Puzzle and Dragons. You just keep on progressing through the map. And every time you get into the match, for people to know, it's a match 3 type game. The board is decorated with different colors of spheres. And the unique thing about it on the touch screen or on your touch mobile phone is you hold your finger or the stylus on one color of sphere, and wherever you drag it on the screen, it basically creates a wake of the spheres that you passed through, then going behind you. And so you use that to manipulate them. You create match 3s with the different colors on the board. Anyways, so I had these memories of the mobile game or the App Store game. Didn't touch it, obviously, in at least 15 years. And then on the 3DS, I see that there's this Super Mario Bros. Version. And I ended up really liking that game. I played that one first all the way through. So much fun that I actually included in my top 50 games of all time. And then finally now, a couple more years later, I went back to the original, which for whatever reason had been kind of slow. And hey, you know what? People who are always looking, by the way, for JRPG hidden gems and unknown games, this is technically a JRPG. Its presentation, its overworld, the fact that you level up different characters to have different stats, it is JRPG. Kind of like the way Custom Robo works, where there's an overworld and you walk around. It is centered on the battles and the puzzles, though. And it was good. It's like just straight up match 3 puzzles with a different coat of paint on it. And for whatever reason, I wasn't able to really enjoy it when I played it immediately after the Super Mario Bros. But maybe because I was starved for some puzzling action this year, I picked it back up. I was chipping away at it every morning, and it's just kind of amusing. The dragons aspect comes in where the way that you make your team, so to speak, or those colored orbs correspond to an affinity. And so in your party are dragons with those affinities. And every time you beat a certain enemy or you clear a certain level, you might get eggs. You hatch the eggs as a type of mini game, basically. And so there's a little dragon collection meets puzzle action meets JRPG overworld. So if you're looking for a match 3 type of game to explore, you liked Puzzle Quest, you like Bejeweled type things, and you like a little bit of monster collection, then Puzzle and Dragons on the 3DS is worth looking at.
Nice.
That's my spiel.
I get extremely addicted to those kind of games, to like puzzle games.
Mm-hmm.
I do have the one on 3DS. That was the first time I ever really heard of Puzzle and Dragons. Obviously because Nintendo was pushing it with the Mario side of things.
Yeah, and that's interesting too.
Yeah, that come to be. Yeah, first time I heard it, I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Is this like a big thing?" Then I have another one on Switch. A few years ago, like 2 years ago, because I have so on my Switch I have my main account and then I have a Japanese account, so I can go onto the Japanese eShop.
Yeah,
and I had gone on to like Play Asia and I had bought like a $50 eShop card for the Japanese account, and I had gone on and I had bought a few games that I had wanted. From like some Namco games that were only on the Japanese storefront, like a Earth Defense Force game that was only on the Japanese storefront. Then I had some yen left over, and I was like, well, I'm not going to use this for anything else, so I might as well like search the sales page and buy some stuff that like looks interesting. So I bought a couple games. The first one I bought, which we did get over here, but I just bought it because whatever, is the Japanese version of Rock of Ages. It was just, I was like, okay, sure. And then the other one is Puzzle and Dragons. Yeah, I bought Puzzle and Dragons on the Japanese eShop. So I do have it on Switch. I haven't played it.
Interesting.
I haven't played it. That was just one of those ones, yeah, because where I was like, I need to spend the rest of this gift card, and I was just like, sure, and it's just been sitting in my library waiting to be played. But who knows? Maybe I'll give it.
It's a good pick up and play game though for people who like small bursts of gameplay, whether it's like just little breaks in between something before sleeping or after waking up. That's where it fit in for me. Is I was just trying to chip away at it with about half an hour every morning, most mornings, and boy, is it packed with a lot of puzzle maps and variations and rule restrictions too, which spices it up a little bit.
Have you ever played what's the free-to-play game, Gems of War, before?
No, I honestly have not played most or obviously not most. Who has? But I barely even looked at free-to-play games. For the longest time, I was just biased against them. Like,
so that one is
freeware garbage.
That one's a match 4 game. But what's interesting is that they're set up like battles. So basically, you have a team of like 4 party members on one side. They're all cards, and each card is assigned like a certain element. So one will be fire, one's sun, one's magic, one's earth, and the different things on the board are all correspond with the character. And whenever you match that element, they get points for their attacks. I
like that. Yeah, very similar.
I got so addicted to that game for a long time.
Yeah.
And I still go back and play it every once in a while. I have it on my Steam Deck as just a game that like sometimes when I'm like, watching TV and I want to play something like that, I'll load it up and play a little bit of it. It is kind of predatory because it is free to play. So they'll be like, you can buy 50 unlock gems if you want to get these characters or something, but it is a game I like though. So yeah, I need to go back and try. I didn't play the main Puzzle and Dragons mode. I played the Mario one the most because it's Mario.
Yeah. Really enjoy that?
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. So I need to go back and try the regular one to see if I liked it.
The Puzzle and Dragons one, I do like the Mario one better. It's just that's what I grew up with, and so I love that aesthetic and I love that theme for the game. Also, the presentation is really it's so perfect. It's one of the best third-party Mario games that exist, but it even outdoes some of the first-party games as far as like Mario flair. But Puzzle and Dragons, though, does have a little bit of an edge here and there with the RPG aspects of like buffing up your party. It feels a little bit easier, a little more accessible to get high-level dragons, and every dragon has a skill. So when you were just talking about you've got your characters in that match 4 game, and when you match their colors, they do their attacks. Also imagine if each of those characters had abilities, and they could have party leader abilities or just passive abilities. And this also exists in the Mario version, so you did experience that. But like I said, it's more like they feel... It feels like the whole spectrum of dragons is more accessible to you as a player in the Puzzle and Dragons version.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So it almost feels like you have more options at your disposal for party customizations. So for example, what I did is I had just a bunch of dragons of a certain type. They were called true dragons, and my leader dragon had an ability that buffs up the attack of all true dragons in my party. And so that's kind of what I used to steamroll much of the game.
I like when puzzle games do that, when they add that like depth.
Yeah.
I have a Puzzle Quest game that's like a Marvel one that does that too. And also, I think it's on Switch. I'm really into Picross, like stupidly into Picross.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, Picross is one of those things that like I'll just get sucked into it. Like there for a while. I have one on my Switch that's like it's like a Sega themed one, so it's like Genesis pixel art and stuff.
Ooh, cool.
And yeah, there for a while. That's all I was doing. But I have a game on my Switch that is a Picross game, but it's like a Picross RPG. So like you'll do battles during your Picross game, and it's like every.
Okay, I gotta look into that.
Yeah, I want to say it's like Pick Quest or something. I forget what it's called, but it's like every time you make like a right choice with the tiles, you get to like attack the enemy and stuff. And I don't know, it was cute. It was like set up like an RPG. It was harder than a regular Picross game because your mistakes actually like take away from your character's like health points. So
right,
unlike a regular Picross game where you fuck up. And
I'm
you're
not
like, damn.
seeing. I'm not seeing too many here, Alex. But is it Picross S?
No, let me grab my Switch. Hold on one second. I'll tell you what it is.
Picross Records of the Shield Hero, Picross Namco Legendary Edition. There's a lot.
Ooh, that sounds cool. Hold on. Let me grab my Switch and I'll tell you what it is.
Yeah, sure. Hello, everybody. We're just waiting for Alex to grab his Switch as we're diving into puzzle games right now. I'm a big fan of the puzzle genre. And you know what? A lot of these numerical-based puzzles or number-based puzzles, even word-based puzzles, as much as people can rag on them for not being video gamey, they're a lot of fun. And they're easy to slot in when you're busy. You're not going to pick up like playing Red Dead Redemption if you're just trying to kill 40 minutes between work and something else, right? So this is where a lot of us end up playing our puzzle games. Now, when I really enjoy my puzzle games, I get a little bit addicted, and so even when I have the free time to play a big game, I might just boot up the puzzle game to make a little more progress in it. They can be really good, really addictive.
Yes, it is Picto Quest.
Picto Quest.
Yeah, that is what it's called.
Ah, there it is. Very nice. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, that one's fun.
Perfect. Got it.
They have a Namco one? Damn, hold on. I need to look at this now.
Yeah. Yo, the Picross lore, man. The Picross universe.
I love Picross.
Well, and doesn't the 3DS... I think I did Picross Pokemon and Picross E.
Yeah.
And then I saw that there's like E2, E3, E4, E5, E6. It goes up to like E8 or something. Dude, for Picross games.
I'm buying this. I'm buying Namco right now. This is happening mid-episode.
It's done.
Dude,
nice.
Dude, you give me Picross and Pac-Man? Yeah, I'm sold. I'm sold. Dig Dug? That's my boy.
I gave the talk to the audience about why, puzzle games can be so much fun. So hopefully we'll have some people turning to the genre. Oh, hey, if you don't mind, I can plug a video of mine.
Sure.
I did, or I think earlier this year, 5 great puzzle games for beginners. And I made sure to feature a variety of puzzle subgenres. The whole idea is, whatever your skill level is, if you've never played puzzle games before, doesn't matter. You can try out these games. They should be easy enough to at least play through them. If you're a little more advanced, obviously there's more. You can be a completionist. But 5 great puzzle games for beginners to introduce people to the genre. So obviously there's Picross. That's what I call it, sorry. Picross. There's that. There's the Match 3 gem type of games, Puzzle and Dragons, and there's also more in my video. And there will be another sequel to that video at some point.
Dude, my favorite puzzle game of all time is Puyo Puyo. and I'm a huge Puyo Puyo fan, and nobody can like nobody that I I know in real life can actually beat me in a game of Puyo Puyo.
I believe that.
And I remember
when people are fans, they tend to be so good.
Back when Puyo Puyo Tetris, not even came out over here. Back when Puyo Puyo Tetris came out in Japan, I have a imported PS3 copy of it.
Wow!
Because we didn't get it here till 2017, but it came out in like 2012. So
yeah.
I have it on PS3, and of course now I have it on everything because we got it. But when it first came out, I remember like my mom and my sister they love Tetris, so they were like, we can totally beat you in this game. And I was like, all right. And, and there's a mode where you can play Puyo Puyo versus Tetris.
Tetris or Puyo Puyo.
Yeah. And they cannot beat me. And that's
crazy because I think the Puyo Puyo is harder to beat a Tetris player.
They get so mad at me because we'll start around, and they'll be setting up their Tetrises, with their, where they just need to drop one block in and get 6 rows or whatever it is.
You're just throwing junk at them.
My screen looks like I have nonsense going on, but really what I'm doing is I'm setting up my combos. And then I'll just drop one Puyo, and then bam, it's like a string of like 5 or 6 chain reactions, and then their screen is just flooded. And they're like, you're an asshole. And I'm like, I'm just playing the game.
I have that game on Steam, and I've only played a couple of the chapters in the campaign so far. Okay, Puyo Puyo is not my favorite. I'm not going to say it's bad or anything. But you know what? I got so excited for Puyo Puyo versus Tetris, mistakenly thinking that Puyo Puyo was Bubble Pop. I love Bubble Pop.
Oh, okay. Like
and then obviously as I'm playing the game, I'm like, oh shoot.
Like, do you mean like Bust a Move or like Puzzle Bobble, like that one? Or
yeah, like the arcade one where you just have the shooter and
like
you fire
Puzzle
it
Bobble,
up in the screen.
Yeah.
I love that. But Puyo Puyo is not bad. I like Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. I like Dr. Mario. And so it's not that much different from those games.
That's where I learned how to play that game was Mean Bean Machine growing up. I would play that, and I had to teach myself how to like set up the combos, because that game's all about like beating your opponent. So
that's what makes it hard. Is I think combo thing in Puyo is probably the hardest out of all the games.
Yeah, I agree there.
That could just be my experience talking. Lack of.
I'm honestly surprised Nintendo hasn't done. Like I think there was something like it on Super Nintendo, but I'm surprised they haven't done like a Dr. Mario versus Tetris or something on Switch. Like you think they would find some excuse to have Dr. Mario like as a thing again,
I wonder if Nintendo's playing well with all of those companies.
Well, Tetris 99 is like
Tetris they own.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Well, they don't own Tetris, but yeah, Tetris 99 is like Tetris 99 is a Nintendo game though. The Tetris company is like an independent company, so.
Oh, good for them! Not selling out.
It's only one of the most popular games of all time. They don't need to be. They don't need to be owned by anybody. It's fucking Tetris.
Nintendo comes up. They're like, "Hey, we'd like to make you an offer," and they go, "You can't. You can't.
You can't." There for a little bit, the Tetris license was owned by EA. That's why we didn't get Puyo Puyo Tetris at first, because it was a Sega game, and
wow,
yeah,
okay,
and EA held the rights to distribute Tetris over here, but that's gone now. So
interesting.
Yeah.
All right, very nice. I think people appreciated, Alex, our huge puzzle tangent there.
Yeah, Tetris lore.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what? You've had a little in-depth discussion on specific game genres in every episode. And as I was listening to some of the past episodes, and there were horror games, old school games, a little Resident Evil or stuff like that here and there, I was wondering, it's like, What are Alex and I gonna overlap on, like,
Puzzle.
strongly? Yeah, I didn't expect that. Good
I
stuff.
love, dude. Yeah, puzzle games are like crack. It's like there's a few genres like that. It's like off the top of my head, it's like puzzle games and kart racers are two of them. It's like I just get sucked into it, you know.
You know what else is a really good, just niche genre of video game that I want to do a video on at some point? Golf games.
Ooh, yeah, that one's one too. I love golf games.
I know Teddy really likes them. You do too. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's another one. That's one. Ooh, speaking of golf games, I have a recommendation for you. Have you played Easy Come Easy Golf?
No,
It's
I have
on.
not.
It's on Switch. So here's the deal with Easy. Okay, here's the deal with Easy Come Easy Golf. Terrible name. Easy Come Easy Golf is by Clap Hands. Clap Hands used to work for Sony and make the Hot Shots Golf / Everybody's Golf series. And then they left.
Okay.
They became independent. They made a game for Apple Arcade, and then they brought that over to Switch as Easy Come Easy Golf. It came out the same year as that new Mario Golf game, whatever the hell it's called, Mario Golf Gold Rush or whatever it's called. It's
Rush.
Yeah, Super Rush. It is $20, which makes it a third of the price of Super Rush.
Yep.
And it is infinitely better than Super Rush.
Seeing it here. Okay.
It's an awesome game. So terrible,
All right.
terrible.
I got
name,
a tab open with it.
Terrible name, awesome game. It is like a hidden gem on the Switch.
Okay, you know what? I got to get one more in then, just because we're on this path now. So why not? This is the last game I'll talk about because it combines puzzle and golf, and it's not amazing, but it's kind of interesting. It's called Golf Peaks. Peak is in like a mountain peak. Peaks. So Golf Peaks is on a little isometric board, and there's not a major golf component to the game. It's just the theme of the game is you have to get the ball thing around the map. And the way that you do those moves is you have little cards that you can play. And so the card might be move the ball 2 spaces forward, or your ball goes 3 spaces forward, 1 space back. And so it's more of a puzzle game with a golf aesthetic, but may as well throw it in there because we were talking about golf games and puzzle games before. It's interesting. It's a small little like one night play through it, blast through the game, but pretty cool if you can find it on sale. Maybe worth like $5 or something, I would say.
Nice. All right, tangent over.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. The puzzlers are here.
All right, back to the show. We do have another segment that we do have to do today before we get to talking about whatever. It is a segment that I do every episode. It is a mental health exercise. It is called From Attitude to Gratitude. So what we're going to do is that the first thing we're going to do is both of us are going to talk about something that has been negative in our life recently. It doesn't have to be like anything too big, like, my girlfriend broke up with me. It doesn't be like, it can literally be something as simple as the store didn't have the flavor of coffee I like. I don't know. And then we're going to talk about something good that's happened recently. Take a little bit of a sweet with the sour, right? And it's a nice little exercise, and I have a lot of fun doing it. So whenever you're ready.
Sure. Hey, reflection is a great thing. So my negative, I'm not coming up with anything big, and thankfully I am very blessed and very fortunate, and I don't take my life for granted. A lot has to go wrong for me to start feeling like, oh no, things suck right now. Generally, very, very easy going from day to day. So just a small little inconvenience or a small little negative, I guess, is that I've really been dragging my feet on trying to do my next video for the channel. I've been trying to do 3 episodes per month or 3 videos per month, and I know what I want to do next. It's a Dota video. It was going to be really simple. It was about tips and proper way to improve as low-level players or beginners, and I just have this terrible habit of getting into too much detail. And so this little video where I thought, I'm only going to do like 3 tips per role and this, it's going to be really quick and really easy. I'm still in the middle of writing it, and it's just taking on like this monstrous length. So that's it. My life is excellent, amazing. I'm happy with everything. I'm not saying that this is a bad thing that I'm complaining about. I'm just saying it's something, right? It's just my answer.
Okay, that's fine, man. Mine's obvious. I spent 3 weeks sick with pneumonia. Basically, my days were this: I would wake up, I would take medicine, I would be a vegetable, and the thing is that it was so bad for a while I couldn't even lay down because the minute I started laying down I would choke and I would just cough. Yeah. So I had to I have like a sectional in my living room that's shaped like an L, and what I did was I had to take a bunch of pillows basically and like make myself like an area where I could sit up, and I had to like teach myself how to sleep sitting up, which is not comfortable.
Oh yeah.
So I had to do that, and basically I spent like 3 weeks just like that, and I would wake up and I would be tired all day, and I would take medicine which would also make me tired. And I would just be a vegetable, and I couldn't eat anything, and I was just like turn on the TV and like half pay attention to like what was happening on the TV, and I was just miserable.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I was stuck in purgatory, for like
you're just killing time until your body recovers.
Basically, yeah. I would like every once in a while I would feel okay enough to like I had my Steam Deck, so I feel okay enough to like play a game on my Steam Deck for like maybe 30 minutes or something.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh, cool. And then I would just like, but most of the time I was just
not like those colds when you're a kid and you're like,
No.
oh, I'm sick. I can't go to class, but I can play games today. No, it's, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah. So that sucked. And it was just, and what felt even worse is that I couldn't work. I couldn't like do anything around the house. Like I couldn't even work on like videos or anything. So like I was just sitting there like, my brain was like thinking like, oh man, wouldn't it be cool if you could work on these videos? And I would be like, shut up, brain, like I can't. So I was just sitting there feeling useless.
And can I ask about work? Like how the heck do you manage any consequences if you're needing so much
here's the thing,
I'm off work?
So here's the thing, I have up until recently, this all happened at the worst time. I have been working independent, and recently I got a job. I'm not going to say what I do where I work. I will say it is at a hospital, but I did get a job that I was very excited for, and it seemed like as soon as I accepted this job and went through the onboarding process, I got sick. Luckily, they were able to work with me and move my start date up for me until after I could recover. And that's what I'll talk about in a second. But, that was also like another thing weighing on me, was basically me sick knowing that like I need to start this job that I just got.
Yeah.
But I can't because I can't do anything. So, like there was one day I took out my trash and I felt like I had ran a marathon. Like it was that bad. Like my breathing was like, like basically it was. They like put me on like breathing treatments and like a rescue inhaler and stuff. It was not pretty. So yeah, that sucked. Luckily, I'm recovering. My voice sounds weird, I know, because I'm still, it's still.
I was gonna say it sounds pretty good. I don't think people would be able to.
It's
notice
a little
that you're
deeper
sick.
than usual. And yeah, my breathing is back to normal. Luckily, this week while I've been recovering, it's still been off and on, but the last couple of days it's been great. And I've had energy and I've been able to do things. So that's been good. But yeah, that's my negative.
Good.
That's my negative, man. Is that like that's the sickest I've been in a long time, and it was not fun.
Yeah, no, the timing for sure. That sucks. Good that you're doing better now, though.
Yeah.
Finally.
All right, man.
Okay, my positive. Okay, so I need to pick something specific. I mean, like I said, to start my negative answer, everything is pretty good for me. I think a nice one, though, is that we just got to celebrate Canadian Thanksgiving.
Ooh.
And so I didn't actually realize it, but apparently I'd been craving a nice feast like that. Turkey, gravy, mashed potatoes, sweet mashed potatoes, uh, part Greek. So there's always a little bit of Greek food as well. So we had some homemade spanakopita. The spinach pie was really good. The way that my family makes it, or at least my mom makes it, always has a little bit of leeks in the filling. And so those get nicely caramelized and they sweeten that spinach filling a little bit. Really good stuff. So I guess just a happy or a positive thing in my life recently is that I just got to enjoy a nice Thanksgiving feast, and I've been looking forward to it. And Thanksgiving feast means a week of leftovers. So
Oh
that
yeah,
just wrapped up our last leftovers.
dude.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part about November too, is that I'm just waiting for that. I'm waiting for
Yeah.
that Thanksgiving feast, and I'm waiting for those leftovers. Give me a, give me a.
I can never wrap my head around the difference between our dates, by the way. It's like, I didn't know that mine was coming so soon. The first Monday of October or something like that. First Monday of the full week, whatever it is. And then, yeah, we're going to be a month and a half away from when we have ours for yours.
Yeah, I
And
was just like
then
the end of November.
more Thanksgiving celebration in my
Give
realm because of that.
give me a Cliff Notes version of Canadian Thanksgiving.
Okay, so you guys have Thanksgiving because of pilgrims and fighting and battles and yada yada and coming together in peace and all that. Our Thanksgiving is purely a fall festival, an autumn harvest festival. So it's just to celebrate. Um, and of course, we try to layer on some giving thanks onto the holiday. And if people want to, then they can make it a little bit religious if they choose. But it's not necessarily a religious holiday. It is purely a Canadian holiday about the fall celebration. So just to clear everything up, and I'm sure there's going to be somebody who knows more like about the ins and outs of the holiday, and maybe they'll throw a correction at me. But as far as I understand, that's pretty much what it is. So I think that's why ours comes so early. By the way,
I like yours more, honestly. I don't like Thanksgiving. Like, the meaning behind American Thanksgiving.
yours is really close to Christmas, and so if you guys have some families in the States who only do turkey twice a year, I feel bad for you that your turkeys are so closely overlapped.
We usually do
ours are spread out.
We usually do turkey for Thanksgiving, ham for Christmas. That's usually what we do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
But I don't want to go into it too much because I don't want to go into my personal life too much. My family doesn't do a lot of. My family does a lot of pagan holidays, so we do like Yule instead of Christmas a lot of the time, and we'll do solstice and stuff. So, I don't really celebrate the meaning behind a lot of holidays like that, like Thanksgiving. I don't really celebrate the pilgrims and the battles and the slaughter and stuff. I kind of just I celebrate it on a surface level, of like the holiday. So yeah, so no, I definitely like the Canadian version of Thanksgiving better.
Well, I mean, people don't even know what we celebrate it for up in Canada. So, for example, a lot of people who are immigrants to Canada, they're like the first generation of their family to come to Canada. The 0th generation, I guess. They don't necessarily celebrate Thanksgiving because they're not sure, how do I navigate this religious holiday? And it's like, or I have nothing to do with any kind of wars in North America. And it's like, no, it's not about that in Canada. You can just come here, and if you like fall, and if you're happy for your bounty and for your harvest, then you can celebrate Thanksgiving. That's all it is.
A lot of people here celebrate it as just like a day for togetherness instead of what it was originally. So but I like
this. And I don't mind that comes out because that's what the name is too, Thanksgiving. So it's good that people include that aspect in the holiday. Kind of like what we're doing with our segment right now is we're thinking of what we can be positive about, and we're kind of showing how we're grateful for it. A holiday that makes people feel grateful for things. Nothing wrong with it in my book.
Eat? Hell yeah.
And you know what? Turkey gravy is so underrated. Beef gravy is really good too. And we have beef gravy on all of our poutines and all of that stuff. but turkey gravy is amazing as well. So
give me,
I go nuts for
it. Give me Justin's top 5 Thanksgiving dishes.
Oh, I'm really basic. So our turkeys are never dry, thank God. So turkey's always going to be number one.
Light meat,
or up
light
there,
meat
at
or
least.
dark meat? Which one?
Well, both, because like I said, it's not dry, thankfully.
Yeah,
so
but do you have a favorite?
There are some people at the table who like only go for the dark meat, and when I was a kid, I was like that. Actually, I was light meat only, and then dark meat only, and now I'm gonna eat it both. The skin, Alex, it's the skin, right? When it comes out of the oven, those are the pieces you want.
Okay.
So whether you're tearing it off the dark meat leg or tearing it off the white meat chicken turkey breast, get some skin. So good. Stuffing. We actually do stuffing inside the bird. When you cook it outside the bird, that should technically have white bread, tons of herbs, chestnuts, and because it cooks inside the bird and the bird has a lot of butter underneath the skin and even more herbs, it absorbs so much good flavor. And don't worry, the bird cooks through just fine. You don't have to worry about leaving the cavity open for better circulation. So turkey, stuffing. The gravy is a condiment, so I won't include that. The mashed potatoes on holidays, we do not hold back on butter, cream, whatever. So the mashed potatoes are always a little bit more delicious on holidays. I do really like the sweet potato mash as well. This is kind of similar to you guys, just not as sweet when you do, for example, like sweet potato casserole I've seen. That one blows my mind. It's just like a diabetic attack.
I love it.
Yeah, my bad. But ours is pretty simple. It's the sweet potatoes, butter, cream, so it's gonna be good. Cinnamon, sugar, and clove. So I have 4, and for a 5th, it could be like butter tarts, or it could be ham. We sometimes have ham as well, glazed ham.
Okay.
We eat really well.
Nice, dude. I'm jealous. But my time will come next month.
There's also recently my sister's been making pumpkin cake, which is amazing. It's got a streusel top. So you're getting in all these little sugary, buttery, floury bits on top, and some nice crunch with the dense, spiced pumpkin cake, kind of like the texture of a coffee cake, but more moisture. Hard to pick 5. I'll kick out potatoes to have the ham and the cake maybe, or the tarts in the cake. I don't know.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can't now. Yeah. I'm just excited for next month.
Yeah, my bad. I spoke at such length about those foods. Don't get me started on food. I could go on forever.
Dude, obviously, if you've seen this show, I love food. So
yeah.
All right, I'll go ahead and do my gratitude. My gratitude ties in with my sickness. It's the fact that this week, after I started feeling better and I started, I was on the mend. I did start my new job this week, and I have done a full week of my new job, and I am really enjoying it. I work in a pretty stress-free environment. It's work that I enjoy doing, and so far the people that I work with and the people that I work for seem to enjoy how I do my job and like having me there. So far it's just been a really positive experience with my new job. And
do you work entirely on site, or do you have some remote work?
No, I work entirely on site. And again, I won't say where or what I do, but I do work.
Yep, no problem.
I do work in a hospital setting. So it has been enjoyable so far. And there are opportunities for me to grow in this position and stuff. And I took it because while I've most of this year I've done independent work, and while I've enjoyed it, it's not the most stable job situation, the work situation, and there have been there have been months where I'm like, oh, I don't have any money, and I have to figure that out and scramble. So it's nice to be back into an environment where I know I have steady income and I have benefits and stuff. So
congrats, man. Congrats on the new job.
Yeah. So 3 weeks of purgatory, but they saved my spot for me, and I got in there, and I'm working hard. So
it's only gonna get better now.
Yes.
So you got the worst part out of the way.
Yes. So that's great. All right, man. Well, that was all my segments. We have some time though. We have about I like to go about 2 hours. We're at a minute and 49, so we got some time to chat until we gotta start wrapping up the show eventually. So we could just chit chat, whatever you want to talk about.
I think we've covered a lot of just like extra topics that have come up. So I've got one maybe simple little 5 to 10 minute chat, if that, which is, do you have any Halloween plans already?
No, where I've been sick. Okay, so here's the thing. This month has been interesting because not only have I been brutally sick, but also my girlfriend had surgery and she's been recovering from said surgery. So it's literally been a month of nothing for me.
The two of you are just knocked out. That's
yes, basically, yeah. And we haven't. I mean, and this is also like our anniversary month, so we haven't had a chance to do anything for that either. So
rain check.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're pushing it till we're both able to. But it's been hell. So not really. I did do a horror movie night with my folks last week, which was fun. And I don't know if I'm gonna dress up or anything this year. I have a costume stowed away that I was gonna do one year, and I never had a chance. So a couple years ago, I was leaving my apartment at the time, and I had a box on my porch, and I was like, I wonder who this box is from. And I took it inside, and my good friend Spencer from RPG Archive had he had purchased me a gift. I had previously said something on a video at the time that I had been dealing with a bout of depression, and I'd also been talking in length about how excited I was for a certain game to come out on Switch, which was No More Heroes 3. So Spencer purchased me a Travis Touchdown jacket.
Travis jacket.
Yeah, it's an official looking. It's like leather. It's nice.
Is it the red leather jacket?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's. I'm so sad. I'm so sad my camera isn't working for you right now because I would go grab it. But
I'm gonna watch it during the episode on YouTube. I'll see it.
Well, I don't have it in here, but I'll put up a picture though in the episode. And it's his jacket from the second game, and I was so excited for that. I don't wear it because it's expensive looking, and
you're gonna be like one of those guys who watches Drive, gets the Scorpion jacket. He's like, I'm so cool.
I love that jacket. So a couple years ago, I was gonna go as Travis for Halloween.
Yeah.
I had the jacket. Why not? So I just bought like a pair of aviators. I have a T-shirt that's actually from the third game. He has a shirt. His like default shirt in that game is do you know the Joy Division album Known Pleasures or whatever the hell the album is? The one with the you don't know the album cover. There's an album cover that's famous from a Joy Division album, and No More Heroes 3. His main shirt is a parody of that album, and it says Unknown Pleasures, and it has like the No More Heroes star in the print of the album artwork.
Oh yeah,
and then it says No More Heroes on it. They sold replicas of that shirt, so I have that T-shirt. So I was gonna dress up, and the rest of his costume's easy. It's just ripped jeans.
Yeah. But you don't have short, spiky hair.
I don't have. I was gonna have to wear my hair up, but it's the thought, right?
Travis with a man bun.
Yeah, basically. But it's whatever. People cosplay all the time as like different characters with different hairstyles. But
by the way, I think it actually would be really funny if you did a man bun instead of leaving your hair long and loose.
Well, yeah. Usually I just do a ponytail when I put it up. Actually, right now it's in a ponytail. But yeah, I could do a man bun as Travis. But yeah, I was gonna have a get up, but I didn't. I forgot my plans got canceled. So I ended up just buying all these pieces to go with that jacket and then not
for the future.
Yeah, and then not using them. So I still have like I wear those aviators sometimes, and then I have that T-shirt I wear. I don't wear the jacket, but it's like I had all this stuff ready for it. So
some YouTubers have their looks, and Happy Console Gamer, who's like a 14-year-old channel on YouTube.
Yeah,
he always wears some anime leather jacket or puffy bomber jacket, and he's like primarily a gaming channel, but that's become his iconic look, is this black bomber. So hey, you could, if you ever wanted to make it a thing. It's like I'm the Travis touchdown guy.
But I don't want to be the Travis touchdown guy. I already talked about that game enough.
No. Okay, sure.
But
fair enough.
But I do. But that means that I have an emergency Halloween costume if I ever need it. Yeah, exactly.
Good stuff.
If I ever randomly have plans. Do you have Halloween plans?
Plans for Halloween, if they ever happen, they've always been really last minute. So right now there's nothing. More what I would enjoy is, can I get through some horror games this month? And I see I'm already short on time. I have 11 days really to get through some horror games. I have World of Horror. I still have one chapter remaining in that game, so that I could whip off in one night. I did play a couple already that weren't spectacular. And I have a whole bunch of zombie games that I should get through. So maybe some of these are one-nighters. Maybe some of them are 2 or 3. Which ones?
What kind of horror games do you like? Do you like story-driven, or do you like survival, or?
I think I like them all just a little bit. Now, like Resident Evil 4 is a great example because I was never a Resident Evil fan. I liked it because the series was popular, and that's just how I was as a kid. I liked popular things. But I'd never completed Resident Evil before that. I played 4 on the GameCube, and it became one of my favorite games of all time. And then, for whatever reason, 2 decades pass, and I don't play the game. And all of a sudden, the game's not even in my, in the upper echelon of the games that I like. It's just kind of fallen by the wayside. And I haven't really had any desire to return to them. Amnesia, I think I was able to play it because it's a puzzle game primarily. Yeah, I kind of forced myself in October to play Halloween games or horror games, but they're not bad. They're not scary. It's just, I don't know. They're not RPGs and adventures and puzzle games, so they're just not prioritized.
Do you like more point and click style games? More like those like adventure games?
No, actually no. I would be, I would rather play like a Slenderman type of game instead of a slow point and click mystery, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think if I'm going to go Halloween or if I'm going to go horror, amp it up. Try to scare me.
Where I have been sick, I don't have the disposable income right now because obviously I was bedridden for a while. But I am really interested in that Silent Hill 2 remake that came out.
Okay, and I'm a little bit of the opposite way of thinking, where I see the Silent Hill 2 remake coming out, and I'm thinking it could be good, but the reason why people love it is because of the original, and so that would actually inspire me to go back and play the series original.
I've played the original before. That's the thing.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the team that did it? Bloober team. They did they did the Layers of Fear games. They did Observer, and they did The Medium, which are like all newer horror games.
Gotcha. Okay.
They're pretty good when it comes to like psychological stuff, like psychological horror. I haven't played all of there's like 3 Layers of Fear games. I think I've only played the second one because they're all standalone.
Yeah, you know what? I do like games that infuse those horror elements.
Yeah.
So maybe this wouldn't be everyone's first pick during October, but I've always wanted to play the Fear series of FPS games.
Oh, yeah, I played one of those on 360 a long time ago. I want to say it was Fear 2.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And I think that Fear 2, didn't spoil myself, but from what I know, it has interesting story elements with the main antagonist and the main guy as the protagonist. I think there's something interesting there from what I saw, and I was like, ooh, I want to get to Fear 2. Okay, I got to play Fear 1.
Since you like games like that, I am curious, have you ever played BioShock?
Yes. Okay. Oh, but BioShock is in an odd space for me.
Yeah, I don't know if you consider that a horror game. It's like partially.
It is partial horror, yeah. And the unease, like it sets the mood where it's just fine for a horror game for sure. You know what though? That's another one where different circumstances while playing it led to me constantly taking breaks, and for that reason, it in particular has been so hard to go back to. And now it's an issue of like on Steam, I invested, I don't know, not too much time, but 3 hours into the first BioShock on Steam. And then they gave me BioShock Remastered for free. And it's like, okay, what do I want to do here? 3 hours in, do I reset again? Or, so yeah, I've just been on the fence with that one for a while.
I love BioShock, the first game. The second game in Infinite, I have strong feelings on. They're good games, but I have strong feelings on them, and I know the only reason I do is because they don't hold up to BioShock 1. You know what I mean? It's like BioShock 1 is so good that really any follow-up is going to be... It's going to have issues, you know? It's like, basically, any follow-up's either not going to be as good, or it's going to be like, well, the concept is basically BioShock again, you know? It's like, how do you follow up a game like that? And it's not easy. It's not an easy answer. So...
You know what? The hard horror, or like horror as the primary genre games, so those are ones I don't typically play, at least not often. But I just thought of Darkest Dungeon has a lot of horror elements, and I really enjoyed that because it was, so that was a lot of fun as a dungeon crawler. And another one here that was disappointing. Have you heard of The Shrouded Isle?
No.
So this one is kind of like a Clue type of game, I want to say. I don't know, it's hard to really explain, but basically you are like the warden on this island, and there's different families on the island, and it's a lot of reading. It's a text-based game primarily. You click on each household and you read about the family members, and what it boils down to is after a bit of an investigation period and a learning period, you are going to elect one person from every house, and then from those people who you elect, all of them you're suspecting them of committing some sort of crime or some sort of taboo, and then from the ones that you selected, you are then narrowing them down to one person to sacrifice, and there's a clue for which person you should sacrifice, and so it's like trying to figure it out, and as you're sacrificing different people, the different houses are going to be reacting negatively or positively to you. So it's like, oh, good, he took out a member of that family. Yeah, we like him. Or the family whose member you just killed, they're like, okay, we hate this warden. We're going to kill him if he keeps doing this. Something like that, right? So I was excited to play it. And I see here 52 minutes. I had one bad run where I selected like the wrong person or something, and a family really grew to resent me, and so I got a bad ending of like the island turned against you. It's like, okay, whatever. Anyways, that's one that kind of fits in this October month, and I just thought I'd bring it up because it's the type of game that I would look at playing for like a one shot on one night and trying to beat it in that night, and now it's unfortunately, because I did not beat it, I have to go back to it and do a fresh run. It's like, oh, here we go. More reading about these fictional characters I don't care about.
Have you ever played any of the games by Supermassive? They do like Until Dawn or the Dark Pictures games.
Of course, I've heard of Supermassive.
They do,
but have I played any of their?
Yeah, Until Dawn, the Dark Picture games. I think they did another game called The Quarry, which is basically a sequel to Until Dawn, but not officially.
Yeah, I have not played any of them. No.
If you like short, like movie style experiences like that, I would recommend one of the Dark Pictures games, because the Dark Picture games are basically it's like an anthology series, and each game is like a short little movie, you know, and you make choices and stuff. And if I had to suggest one to you, because I've played all of them, I usually pick those up when they come out. I would suggest, if you like a nice twist. A nice twist in a story, I suggest House of Ashes, which is really interesting.
Okay. I've heard of that one, and of course I've heard of this company because they did Dead by Daylight.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think so. But I've mainly played their horror, like story-driven games, and they're pretty easy.
House of Ashes also looks familiar. This isn't the one that they're turning into a TV show, is it?
No, Until Dawn is, but they're all the cut from the same. Yeah, they're all cut from the same cloth.
Right.
They are great for like playing with like other people because it is like an interactive movie and you're making choices, so it's fun to like try to make the choices together, and then you're like, oh no, your choice made we killed Robert or whoever, and they always have fun stories. So I know there's some people out there that like get up in arms about games like that are basically interactive movies, but like I think it's creative how they play with the medium. It's
what it comes down to: is it good enough, and at what price point?
Yeah.
If it's good enough and it's cheap enough, then it's like, I don't mind spending for a less gameplay than what's normal if I enjoy it.
Yeah, Until Dawn was one of my first PS4 games. I actually bought it. I bought it on a Black Friday sale before I had a PS4. I knew I was getting a PS4 that Christmas. So when I went Black Friday shopping, I was like looking for cheap games, and I bought like, I remember what else I bought. I bought. This is gonna haunt you. One of the entries here, but I did buy Until Dawn, and I also bought Final Fantasy 14.
What do they give you for that? Like a 1-month trial or something?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I think it's I still have that physical copy too for PS4. I don't play it.
I don't need to get on an anti-14 rant again, but these people who are like, you really shouldn't be skipping 14 when you're talking about the mainline games, and it's like, I really shouldn't be spending on a subscription-based game. How about that?
Yeah, it's 14 shouldn't be a numbered entry. Neither should 11, because we're gonna get to this point. I mean, 11's in the same boat here. We're gonna get to a point at some point where 14's not gonna be playable anymore, and then you're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna go through the Final Fantasy series minus 2 games because I can't play them.
Private server.
Yeah, it's annoying, and they should just be Final Fantasy Online or something, and not like a numbered game. Yeah. So
thing is, they can't retroactively fill those 11 and 14 spaces now. Like, imagine if after 16 they go, oh, and we're making the single player Final Fantasy 11. You'll go, what?
Yeah, just the balls to do this. The balls to like call your online multiplayer game a main entry is.
I know.
You have to have big old balls.
I mean, everyone knows why. It was for the appeal. It was for the eyeballs and the player base, and just for the money. Yeah, it is what it is.
It's for the money, but it is what it is. I don't want to get off. I tried to avoid making this episode about Final Fantasy, but I don't want to go off too much on a tangent. I don't have a PS5, but I do play games on Steam a lot. I do want to try 16. Huh. I want to give 16 a fair shot. Of course. So that's.
Hey, you and Spencer are the two who didn't enjoy 15. I have nothing but good hopes for 16 that I might enjoy, aside from like the one-player party. But aside from that, I should enjoy the story and whatever else they included.
I kind of want to try 15 again because it's been a long time. I want to see if because I enjoyed aspects of it. Like I could see what they were going for, So sometimes that happens where like I play a game and I don't enjoy it, but I pick up on things that I'm like, okay, this has potential, and and sometimes that causes me to like go back to that game multiple times, and sometimes it clicks, sometimes it never does,
Because people had only said so many negative things about 15, or at least that's what I had heard prior to playing it. When I got to the combat, it wasn't just a button masher. It was very evident to me, even in the tutorial. It's like, oh, there are ways to optimize certain play styles. Okay, this is nice. I can do something with this. As I'm going around the world, every time you got to a different kiosk or a diner or something like that, there was so much Final Fantasy series, different references and stuff like that, where I was able to take it all in and appreciate it. So 15 has some good stuff there if you look for it.
Yeah.
But if you compare it to any other game in the series, it's just not going to play the same.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to do that, man, because that's what I had to do with 7 Remake. Was like kind of remove myself from 7 and be like, all right.
Even for example, with the 4 characters, like if you're just going into the one of the standard weapon shops that exist for them, as you're reading those weapon names, a lot of them are referencing like the same items that you'd get in previous Final Fantasies. Now it's nothing crazy. Like, what's that Celtic sounding lance called in mythology? Like Gaebolg or something. I don't know how it's pronounced, but Gaebolg. Now that's in a lot of different games, but it's kind of like the fact that it reappears in 15 and it has a description that's like very Final Fantasy flavored. That kind of stuff, like the game is full of that kind of stuff. So if you're a fan of the series and you play 15, not necessarily to have an equal experience, but just to kind of appreciate the series as a whole, it will deliver that. Big 15 defender here. Yeah.
I'm going to try it again eventually. So, of course, I mean, I'm the same guy that bashes 13, but I have the trilogy on PS3 and I'm always eyeballing it. Like, should I?
I'll bash 13 with you though.
Because
that's okay.
I don't just because a game is like bad doesn't mean I don't want to experience it. You know what I mean? So sometimes I just sometimes a bad game's more interesting than a good game.
Yeah. Well, hey, the next time you're sick, not with anything as bad as pneumonia, and you want to fire up a new adventure, that's a good one to get into.
I have that Steam Deck, man, and that's the best for that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Well, the game I've been playing while I was sick was, even though I have it on PS2, but again I'm sick and laying down and I want to play a game console. Was Drakengard for PS2. I was just loading that up and playing it on my Steam Deck, just like emulation, and just having a fun time.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll also admit that my deck has run more emulation hours than Steam library hours. Yeah.
No, I've gotten some good use out of the Steam library. Like, I mean, I beat Final Fantasy VII Remake on there. I've gotten some
really, and you don't feel like that compromised your experience at all? Like this is too small?
Nah. Also, I have a dock and a controller, so I play it that way too a lot. But nah.
Okay, so you are playing with a TV screen.
Sometimes, I go back and forth.
Computer monitor or whatever.
Yeah, okay. I go back and forth. So sometimes I'll dock it and play on TV. Sometimes I'll just play handheld. But no, I think I've gotten equal use out of the emulation side and my Steam library. And it doesn't help when I go onto a site like Fanatical and they're like, "Hey, you got $5? Here's 10 games," and I'm like, "Shit."
I know. I've directed people over to Fanatical for a couple of sales in the past. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so easy to spend your money as a gamer, but that's why we shop for sales.
Honestly, like sites like Fanatical and just Steam sales in general have made me a bit of a penny pincher when it comes to other things. like the other day, whenever you have like games on your Nintendo wish list and they send you like a little email. I got an email that was like, some of your wishlist games are on sale. And I was like, oh, cool. I wonder what's on sale. And one of the ones that was on sale was there's a Star Wars Heritage Pack, which has like 9 remastered Star Wars games. And usually it's like $80. And it was marked down to 40. And I was like, too expensive. Because I'm so used to going on like Fanatical or Humble Bundle or on the Steam library and being like
70 to 90% off.
Yeah, exactly. Or them being like, here's 25 games for $10. And me being like, oh, neat. So yeah, it's made me a little jaded to where I don't want to pay a lot for games. Even now, like. I couldn't tell you the last time I've bought a full price, like brand new game. And one came out the other day which is Mario Party Jamboree. Like I want to pick that up.
Oh yeah.
Because I love Mario Party, so I was like, oh, that's on my radar. And even then, I'm gonna pay $60, and that's like
the Switch is the only console where I've been making those concessions as well.
Yeah.
But I've at least never purchased a brand new Switch game. So they've always been GameStop, used copy, and with a little discount from like
even like Nintendo games, like first party titles.
if they don't have it used yet, then I'll wait.
Oh wow.
I'm in no rush with like 500 games that I could play. I'm in no rush.
Some of the games I can like the last one I bought was two. Last year I bought Pikmin 4 and that WarioWare game, Move It. At least WarioWare Move It was $40. Oh, yeah. You know, because they know that.
Okay, and you know what?
That's not worth it.
You're right. You did make me remember one. Obviously, Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom.
I got that brand new day one, and not a mistake at all. That everyone who knows my channel knows that I love Tears of the Kingdom.
Everybody was like last year whenever that came out. Everybody was like, "Are you playing Tears of the Kingdom?" And I was like, "No, I'm playing Pikmin 4."
Like, going your own way.
They're like, what? Sir. And I was like, this is my Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah. That's funny. I gotta work my way up. At some point when we do another one of these, hopefully we'll be able to talk Pikmin and some of those other games, but I still have to get back to 2.
So you're in 2. Oh.
Yeah. I had rented it as a kid, back when Blockbuster was a thing, and I just decided like, okay, this is enough for now. I don't know.
They're all on
Maybe
Switch
I'll never
now.
play it. Maybe I will someday.
You can play them all on the Switch. So.
Well, yeah, I'll find a way to play it. I own 3 and I'll buy 4, but yeah, I'll find a way to play 2.
I technically own all of the. I have a GameCube copy of 1. I have a Wii copy of 2. Because they did the new Play Control version of 2 on Wii. I own the Wii U version of 3, which I actually bought. I was so excited. I love Pikmin. I was so excited for that game that I bought a Wii U version of 3 before I had a Wii U. Yeah, okay. I bought it to play.
I'm locked in now.
I bought it to play on somebody else's Wii U because it came out in like October of that year. And I got a Wii U for Christmas, which was the Wind Waker one that they came out with. So, yeah, I had a copy of Pikmin 3 sitting there for months before I had a Wii U. But I played it on somebody else's Wii U at the time. And then now I have Pikmin 4, obviously. So it's like all 4 of the actual Pikmin games I own in some physical format.
Alex, the last one for me here, before I got to get going, is how do you recommend playing 2 then? The GameCube or Wii?
Switch.
Oh, okay. So the way they've cleaned it up and polished it up is entirely worth it.
The Switch version is, it's better. I mean, for one, you get to play handheld, which is a godsend. But, just in terms of the originals, nixing the Switch remasters, probably Wii. Honestly, it's tough.
Yeah, so does the Wii version add enough? Is it worth the Pikmin experience to play Nunchuck or whatever?
Honestly, you know what? I actually take back my answer. No. There's a lot of people that swear by Wii controls for those games, even like 3. But to be honest, I've always used the thumbstick controls with like the first game and stuff, and 3 and 4. 2's the only one I've used the motion for. I think the problem with the motion controls for Pikmin on Wii for me is that it's good in theory because you get to point, obviously freely point to where you want your Pikmin to go, and choose things easier. But the problem is that so whenever you have to like throw a bunch of Pikmin at an enemy. Whenever you're playing on a GameCube...
Oh, no. Don't tell me you're like this.
Hold on. Whenever you're playing on a GameCube controller, you just move the cursor over the enemy and mash the A button, right? That's right.
Yeah.
So it's the same idea on Wii. You point at the enemy and mash the A button. But okay, so the problem is that while you're mashing the A button, your hand's unstable.
Yeah.
So you're
okay, I got you.
The cursor's not going to stay on.
The Pikmin are going like all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not going to be as accurate. So there are benefits of using the motion controls for Pikmin games. But personally, I've never found them to be that much of an improvement over just the regular. So honestly, I would say probably GameCube. But my actual answer is any way you can play it. Just play Pikmin.
There you go.
They're all great. All 4 of the Pikmin games are great. That's right.
Sounds good to me, man.
I'm not forgetting any. All 4 of them.
Alrighty, I gotta take care of some stuff over
here.
All
right, man.
But,
okay. Well,
thank you for.
Well, hold on. We have one more segment before we sign off. I do this segment every episode. Do you know what that segment is?
Are you gonna start the timer?
Yes, I am. Hold on, let me get the timer. That segment is 30 seconds to tell. Justin, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to tell the audience about you, where to find you, anything you want them to know. You better tell them within these 30 seconds, because once 30 seconds are up, the show ends abruptly. You will be cut off.
Yep.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and start.
All right. Thank you, Alex, for having me. It was a really fun talk. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. I'm sure they did. And you can catch me on the Legend of Leo YouTube channel with a variety of gaming content.
Hey, you came in at 12 seconds. Nice. We still got what have we got? Like 12 more seconds to go now. Okay, 10 seconds.
Well, you know, let's just bring the dogs out to close out the 30 seconds. All right?
Let the dogs out. Who.